Well, I'm so sorry about this, guys. I just did this whole video on me getting this thing tacked in here, and evidently it didn't record, so I apologize. Wow, you guys are crooked. Let me straighten you out here a little bit. There you go. So, anyway, this sucks, and I apologize. I'm still trying to figure this videography crap out. Anyway, Barnes four-wheel drive truss. Well, let's start back from the beginning. High pinion Dana 30. This is going into the 04 TJ. I got a Barnes four-wheel drive truss. A truss is a truss is a truss. I know the haters are going to hate on the 30. I don't care. Whatever. You can hate. Bash me in the comments all you want. I don't care. This is what I chose to do for my Jeep. You want to choose something different for your Jeep? You go right ahead. I mean, it's your Jeep. You do what you want. I'm doing what I want. But anyway, Barnes four-wheel drive truss. Comes in these two sections. There's also inside here are these little ribs that go against the axle tube. In the instructions, it tells you to take the ribs, flip it upside down, set the ribs down in there, weld the ribs in. Then set everything onto your axle. Well, in my head, that doesn't quite make sense because when I set these ribs down in here, they would wiggle. They'd move up and down. They'd move side to side. They'd move a little bit this way. So by me flipping it upside down and welding everything, then flipping it back over and putting it on the axle, the ribs were actually off the axle. 1/16 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, it doesn't matter. They were not in contact with the axle tube. So what I did, and it's going against the instructions, it's going against what other people on YouTube do. I understand that, but it just didn't make sense to me to go that route. So what I did is I set the truss up on the axle. I got the ribs all sitting in place, and then I made sure the ribs were in contact with the axle tube, which dropped the ribs down. I mean, I could sit here and move the things up and down. I could wiggle them around. You could hear it on the microphone. You could see it in the video. It just wasn't good. So I got it set on here. I got the trusses all sitting where they should be. All three of them are in contact with the axle tube now. Then I went through and did some tack welds. Tack welded the ribs to the truss, tack welded the ribs to the tube, tack welded the truss to the tube. All on this side here. You can't see it in the video, but all the tacks are here. Came over here, we got this tacked up. It's 9 degrees variance from the face of the diff to the face of the truss. I got the upper control arm. It's 3 pieces. You got the tube, you got 2 sides. They are slotted on the axle. They have tabs on these, so you can only put them in one way. If you turn it around wrong way, they don't line up. It is foolproof. This is the only way it could go. So I got that put in there. Got it kind of centered up. Got some tacks on it. Oh. Got some tacks on it. Everything is now tacked in place where it needs to be. So at this point, what I'm going to do, I've got a pipe running through this axle sitting on jack stands. That way I can rotate this, get this turned around where it's comfortable for me. I can get in here and get these welds done. I'm not going to weld to the pumpkin yet. Pumpkin is cast. Cast needs to be heated up to 450 degrees before you start welding on it. Cast heats up and cools off at a different temperature over the steel does. So you want to preheat this, get it up to temperature, run your welds on it. Then we're going to wrap it up and let it cool off slowly and hope everything cools off at the same speed. That way we don't get any cracks in our welds or any separations in our welds. So that'll come next. Right now, all I want to do is get the truss welded in to the axle tube. Same with the small piece over here. I am not a professional welder. I'm not going to sit here and show you how to do it. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. I am a novice at best. Um, I used to do a lot of welding, but that was a long time ago. I haven't touched a welder in many years till I went out and bought this Yes welder, MCT 520. This thing's it's a Swiss knife of welders. It stick welds, it MIG welds, it TIG welds. It's got a plasma cutter. It does all kinds of stuff, more stuff than I know how to use at this point. But that's what I ended up with, dollar for dollar. It seemed like the best deal for me. I'm not welding every day. I'm not welding for customers. This is just something for me to use in the garage. So I didn't need big, expensive welder that's just going to sit there most of the time. I can do some plasma cutting with it. I can learn how to TIG weld with it, something I've never done. But anyway, I'm getting off on the side here. I'm going to get this welded into the axle tube. That's my plan for today. I'm not going to bore you guys with the next hour, hour and a half, 2 hours of me welding on this thing. You can watch all kinds of welding videos out there from people that are way better and way more knowledgeable about it than me. I'm using 035 wire. I'm using a mix of 75-25 argon and oxygen. It's about all I can tell you. The directions do say you want to, do an inch, inch and a half weld, leave an inch, inch and a half open. That way you get drainage from the axle. Any water gets in there doesn't get trapped in there. It gives it somewhere to go. So what I'm probably going to do is weld exactly like they say. Get it flipped over the other way. We'll get some welds on it over here. And once I get all that done, I'll come back and see you guys for a little bit. Sorry the video didn't work. It pisses me off, but it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it at this point other than just run with it. So that's a quick rundown of what I just spent the last 30 minutes sitting here doing for you guys. But I appreciate you coming and watching. I'll come back once everything's welded in and we'll see what's going on. Thanks.